Well, welcome back. We're going to do a video here of cooking steak and lobster. I have never prepared lobster before in my life, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt it and see what it comes out like. So let's go ahead and we're going to jump into that. But before we do, I do want to let you guys know I haven't been putting out videos lately due to major situations going on and the world life of our family. No problems with the family. The family is great. They're great. We're getting along great. But there were some major issues. I don't want to go into detail with them about it, but let's just say there was some serious, oh my gosh, what are we going to do situation going on here. Again, second time in 9 months. And we were really hurting bad. Okay, really hurting bad. Um, but with the help of my friends, like the song says, we got through a major portion of that. We're still working on some details and things like that of survival. Um, but I want to give a shout out to Mickey. Mickey's been fantastic. I've known him since we were in kindergarten. But Mickey came through. He stepped up and came through for me. Fantastic job, Mick. Thank you so much. I'll get you back. I'm getting you back. That's a fact. So just let me get things settled and squared away on this end. I'll get you back. Mickey was fantastic. The other good friend of mine, Eric, you guys met him in a video early on. He did guest appearance in 2 videos. He's an old Navy buddy of mine. Um, fantastic guy. Fantastic guy. If you guys ever see him, shake his hand. Shake his hand. Because he's a great guy. He's fantastic. Helped me out like you would not believe. Okay, so I want to make sure I get that shout out to both of those guys right there, especially. They did what they didn't need to do. Neither of them needed to do anything. Okay, but they did. It's like people say, "Well, it's the least I could do." No, the least you can do is nothing. But no, they stepped up, went above and beyond the call, and they just no questions asked, just helped me out. So I helped my family out. So Mickey, and Eric, I want to say thank you very much. Um, you don't know how much it means to me. Secondly, the steak and lobster. We had to get some food. We had to go do some grocery shopping. We had to get some food. And I found, I always go by the seafood just to see what it's going for, to see what they got, and see what varieties there are. And they had lobster there. Um, it was killer cheap. I mean, killer cheap. Um, and then we found some T-bone steaks that were killer cheap. So we spent about what you would spend on a 5 pound roll of ground beef for this steak and lobster. Trust me, it was stupid cheap. All right. So it's not like we spent a lot of money on that. We can't be spending a lot of money. We don't have a lot of money to be spending. But I said, can't pass this up. When you've been running on ramen noodles and canned goods for a while, or packaged stuff, and you can get that real cheap, I was like, let's do this. We fed a family of 5 on this steak and lobster and corn and baked potatoes. We spent, and on the steak and lobster alone, I mean, you couldn't feed a family of 5 on a 5 pound thing of ground beef. And this was just a hair more than what that would have gone for. So I was like, we cannot pass this up. And I said, I never prepared lobster before, so let me figure out if I can do it. So I did it. Like the old saying here, let's do this. So here's how I did the steak and lobster and prepared it all. And it was mouthwatering delicious. It was amazing. It was totally good. So if you want to do steak and lobster, here's a good way to do it. So with that being said, thanks to Mick and thanks to Eric. Love you guys. Fantastic people. Amazing. Let's jump right on into the video here. Let's roll the intro and jump right on in. So let's do this. Okay, so today we're going to have steak and lobster, and I'm going to be cooking it all up. So I got corn and baked potatoes. So there's the big potatoes, there's the corn. I'm getting my lobster baste ready. And I got some garlic. That's about it's about 6 garlic cloves chopped up. And then I've got some peppercorn medley, parsley, paprika, and salt. It's going to be going on the lobster. Right now the steaks, I've got them at 200 degrees in butter in there. And I'll show you how I'm going to do the lobster. And actually the 2 lemons, I forgot to mention the 2 lemons. I'm going to juice those with the garlic in the butter. Right, that's 2 sticks of butter. So I'm going to put the garlic, the lemon juice in with the butter, and then I'm going to season up with some parsley. I'll probably put the paprika and the salt and pepper. I'll probably end up putting the parsley in with the butter as well. So that it can get the flavoring in there, and it's organic parsley too. And that's the lobster. Good deal, real cheap, so I figured why not. Okay, so I got the garlic, the parsley, the lemons, 2 lemons are squeezed, and the butter, and whisked until it's all good mixed together. And I got it on a low temperature right now, very low, see, low. Okay. I'm going to let that simmer for a little while. Let's get the corn turned up a bit. Put that up to about 7 on the corn. Now I got to get my lobster on the tray. And I got to cut them, get the legs off and cut them. We'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our lobster. We got to cut off the legs.
No. Don't listen to George. George's crazy.
Okay, now we're gonna split them open down the middle here, if they cut.
Okay, so there we go. Now we're gonna do a little salt on them, little paprika, and a little pepper.
Tacos and burritos are better.
Salt, little pepper.
I think something simpler. Hot dogs is way easier. Like you can pull and you can, fry them out.
You're supposed to put a lot of sauce.
You'll get some sort of disease from that. You'll get salmonella. Same thing. Yeah.
Pepper on there, all freshly ground. And I'm gonna sprinkle a little paprika. It's brand new, I gotta open it.
Hey, did you say steak and lobster?
You cook
Steak and lobster.
You cook the crab or lobster, and then you have to freeze it for 5 minutes. You have to freeze the steak,
There we go.
chicken or lobster. That is,
Let's bring you on in and have a look.
Why are you up here then?
There we go. And there's the lobster. And we will baste it with our basting stuff right now. So let me baste it.
There's
there's a diner.
And I will come back and baste them again.
diner, there's the word retail.
After it soaks in a little bit.
Like Walmart, Depot. There's a gym somewhere that you can work at.
Oh, where? To get into shape.
No, I just turned the oven up to 400 for the steaks.
The only person I shave is Brent.
Move these out of the way for right now.
Don't.
Can't cook.
We'll pay you $1 a day.
How's this for living? That's not enough for living.
You can work out if you're allowed to be free.
And these are seasoned up with garlic, basil, salt, pepper. Okay, that's what they're seasoned up with.
Yeah, there is. Just
Put them back in.
You could be a slave.
That's been abolished for a while now.
Let me get my potatoes in there. Okay, so the corn is pretty much done.
Yeah.
And the lobster's sitting there waiting. There's the basting stuff, I'll baste some more. And I've got the steaks down there and the taters up there. Temperatures back up to from 200 to 400. I had them cooking at 200 for about an hour. A little less than an hour. And that's what we're going to be having for dinner.
You can do that yourself.
Alright, I got the taters in the bowl. And we're at 400 degrees. And I just stuck the steaks back in with the lobster on the top there. And the lobster will take about 15 minutes. So let's let her cook. Warm the steaks back up. And we're going to chow down. Here's the cone. And there we go. Steak. Tater, we got some butter in there. And the lobster. Now, I'll get the corn later. This is like a red lobster dinner. And it's a red lobster. It was brown, but now it's red. But there you go.
Well, there you go. There's steak and lobster for you. Very delicious, mouth-watering. T-Bone has much better flavor than other steaks. It's a different flavor. It's a softer, juicier flavor. And the way I cooked them, marinating them in the butter at 200 degrees for about an hour, and then turning it up to 400, and then pulled them out and got the taters in there, got them cooking at 400. They cooked about 45 minutes at 400. I like the skin to be crunchy on the potato. And then I pulled those out, and then I put the lobster in and the steak back in at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Okay, and the steak came out great. Had a nice sear on the outside. It was well done. It wasn't rare. We didn't do the rare steak this time. We did the well done, but it wasn't well done. You know, it wasn't like shoe leather. It was real soft. It was great. The butter flavoring in it, and the garlic and the salt and pepper on it, and the basil we put on there. But it was really delicious, and it was cheap. It was crazy cheap to make that. So, like I said, I got a great deal. So with that being said, you guys have, the old saying is, be good, take care, have fun, be safe. God bless. And thank you, Eric. And thank you, Mick. Love you guys.